Hey, good morning. Good morning. I just wanted to share some information with y'all about the sew along that we have coming up. We are going to do a postage stamp quilt. There are some lot of options with this. You can kind of do it the way that you want to do it. I'm going to be posting these videos on multiple platforms. I'm going to post them on Facebook like I normally do with my lives and such. But we're also going to be posting them to Patreon and YouTube. I have a lot of you that have shown some interest in participating that aren't necessarily on Facebook. So YouTube opens it up to anybody that wants to go to my channel and watch it. So we're just going to share these videos, and probably moving forward, I'm probably going to move away from just doing a Facebook Live like I have been every week and posting these things on multiple platforms. I eventually kind of want to move everything over to YouTube, but that doesn't mean that I won't post those videos multiple places. So there are some changes coming. Be patient with me. Now that, things are going to be calming down a little bit after the next month or so, then I can start implementing a lot of things. I really am looking forward to building up my YouTube channel and some other fun, exciting new things that are going to be coming up. So stay tuned for some changes. Some are going to be subtle, some are going to be a little bit more significant, but overall, hopefully, this provides a better experience for all of you. So, I announced a couple of weeks ago that we are going to do a sew along postage stamp quilt. If you're not familiar with postage stamp quilts, they are typically small little squares, an inch, inch and a half finished, that are just either, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. And I'll be showing you some examples here and there, but you've got just traditionally, it's a whole bunch of the same size squares sewn together. The way we've had to do it in the past, and the reason I have not done one, is you had to take one square, sew it to this next square, to the next square. You had to sew each square individually. Well, the fusible grid makes that so much easier and less time consuming, less overwhelming. You're going to get much better seams and corners and all of that kind of stuff. So I am going to use the fusible grid. You can choose to sew them one by one if you want to. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. But the challenge is going to be to finish a section each week until you hit your desired size. And I will be posting some things with this 10 Sisters grid. It comes in panels. It's their easy piecing grid. It comes in 4 different sizes. I do have all 4 sizes in stock. You can buy one panel up to 20 panel bundles and you save a little bit of money. So, and I will be posting some charts that, especially on social media, and I'll try to send it out on email as well. If you don't follow me on email, you can go join us. But that give you an idea of how many panels you need to do in order to make it the size that you want it to be. If you want to make it a baby quilt, you're only going to need maybe 4 or 6 of these panels. But I do have a chart from 10 Sisters that tells you, okay, you want it to be this size, this is how many panels you need, kind of a thing. So kind of a guideline. Again, these come in 4 different sizes. They come in 2-inch finished, inch and a half finished, 1-inch finished, and 1/2-inch finished. I don't plan on using the 1/2-inch the way it's intended to use, and we may come up with some projects later on, and I'll kind of show you some different strategies. I like the 1-inch, unfinished, the actual cutting 1-inch squares, because you can use them across multiple sizes. You can use, if you want to use 3-inch squares, well, there's not a 3-inch grid. So, but if you use 3-inch squares on a 1-inch grid, you just take up 3 sections, 3 of the sections of the grid. So, but that's for another day. I'm going to go into do a more detailed video on exactly how to use this. But I just kind of want to give y'all an overview of how this is going to go. So we are going to start it October 1st. We are getting too close to the middle of September. I want to give everybody time to get their things together, decide if they want to participate, all of that kind of stuff. Order your grid if you need to order grid. Again, I do have all 10 sizes on the website available, and you can get it from me. You're welcome to get it somewhere else and still participate. I'm not just limiting this to people who are purchasing from me. Anyone is allowed to come in and participate. So you're going to need the grid. You're obviously going to need your fabrics. If you want to pre-cut and sort your fabrics, that's totally fine. It's up to you, or do it as we go along. That also works. So I kind of started this one last week. So you're just going to need a variety of your fabrics because you want it to look kind of scrappy. I've seen some people do it where there are no two pieces alike in the entire quilt. That seems a little bit excessive to me. Mine are going to have duplicates just the way that it is, but I'm trying not to put two of the same on the same panel. So you're going to need, like I said, you're going to need the fusible grid. You're going to want some glue. So you have options on glue, whatever glue you decide or that you typically use. If you use applique, it's totally up to you. I do have this 505 repositionable glue stick. The advantage to this is it's movable, and until you iron it. When you iron it, it becomes permanent. So I do have these. This is a glue stick version of the 505 basting spray or temporary adhesive spray. I use it as a basting spray, but this is just a glue stick version. You're not going to want to use an aerosol on this or I wouldn't recommend it, because it would be hard to get everything down before it dries and sets. Another option is just school glue. Right now, a lot of the stores have it in bulk. Some stores are even starting to clearance off their school supplies. I've seen them in the stores, regular price for like right now for back to school, 50 cents for 2. I also ordered a pack of 30 on Amazon for like $8 or $9. Let me grab that. This was like $8 or $9 on Amazon. So, and again, there's 30, and they're just the regular glue sticks, school glue sticks. I will tell you, if you're using a light colored fabric, make sure these do start off purple. Do not iron it when it dries clear. Wait until it's dried clear, or do a test of it before you do it on your actual panel. So the other thing you're going to want, because you can see on here, and all I did was put a dab of glue, enough to hold it in place until I actually fuse all of this down, because I just want to get them placed for now. I don't want these necessarily permanent because I'm still adding. You see that I've still got holes over here. I haven't finished placing them all, but I'm being strategic about it. And the reason I'm not just filling in doing a row by row is I had too many reds. I wanted to spread my red out, but you do whatever you want to do. So these are just temporarily glued in place. All I did was a little dab of school glue and put my fabric on and moved on to the next thing. I will tell you, make sure that whatever you have underneath it is not the glue may go through the interfacing a little bit because it's so thin, which is not a problem unless you're working on something. I wouldn't do this on your pressing table or on a quilt or something like that. Make sure you have something underneath it that the glue is not going to hurt. So that is just a little trick for you. So you can see on here, I've got them all down. They're the right size, but there's a little bit of space in between these. 10 Sisters prints their grids. These are 2-inch squares. 10 Sisters prints their grid just a smidge bigger so that you have room to accurately fold when we get ready to sew, and you you're less likely to have overlapping fabrics, and it cause bulk and it cause all other kinds of issues. So there is a small gap between all of these. Well, we all know what's going to happen if we go to press this and there's gaps in here. This is fusible. There's glue on this side of the interfacing. It's going to get on our iron. Therefore, it's going to burn on our iron, cause problems, possibly transfer to other projects or to other pieces of this fabric. So you are going to want some kind of a silicone pressing sheet, something like that. This is one that I've had for a lot of years. And so you're just going to lay that on top, and I will press all of this down when I get all of the squares filled up. Again, right now I'm still working on placing them all, deciding where I want them. And I will do this entire grid, and then I will start another grid. I will probably do this entire grid, press it all to make it permanent, fold it up, and then start a new panel. In doing that, when I get however many panels, however far I want to go, then I can just go through and do all the sewing at one time. But by using the glue stick on this, one, it's going to secure it while you're still working on it. I took this to be with me a couple of weeks ago, brought it home. It's been in the box. These aren't going anywhere, even though they're not fused down yet. So that is why we're going to do it this particular way. So if you do not have some kind of a silicone pressing sheet, I do have some of these in the store. I just got these in. These are called non-stick or no-stick applique sheets. I will make sure that all of these items are on the homepage of the website so that they're easy to find for this sew along. So again, I have all 4 sizes of the grid. I have the applique sheets. You can pick up the glue sticks if you don't already have one. If you want to order one of these, I have plenty of these in stock. And those are the main items you're going to need in order to get this project started. Again, we're going to start October 1st. We're going to start October 1st. And I don't remember what day of the week that is. But anyway, we're going to figure this out. So let's just start gathering our supplies, pull your fabrics, decide what fabrics you want to use. If you want to get your scrap bin and start cutting whatever size squares you're going to use, from what I saw traditionally, they are 2-inch squares, 1.5-inch finished. That's the size that I chose to do because that's what I found was most common. But you can do whatever. If you have a bunch of mini charm packs, the little bitty ones, let's see, like these. I get these from Moda a lot in our little sample boxes that we get every couple of months as retailers. So if you have a bunch of these and you want to buy the 2.5-inch grid, these will finish at 2 inches. That's perfectly fine. It saves you from having to cut. I've got some of these, but I don't really want to use them on this, I don't think. So we are going to I'm just cutting mine in 2-inch squares, and I'm literally, this is full of different random things. And then these are, I didn't want to leave a mess at B, so these are all my little pieces that I just stuffed them back in here. This box is a great tool to sort and store all of these. These I have already cut to size. I've got several little things that I will be cutting these down to the correct size. But use up scraps, use up pieces and parts of what you already have, and go from there. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be easy. It should be, don't overthink it. It should be a fairly easy project to do. It's pretty mindless as long as you don't overthink it. So your challenge between now and the end of the month is to decide what size grid you want to use. Go ahead and start gathering your supplies, pull your fabrics, and then we will get started on August 1st. And I hope to see a whole bunch of you there. And I'm looking forward to this. It's been a couple of years since we've gotten to do a sew along together. So y'all need to help hold me accountable. I'll try to help hold you accountable, and we're going to get this done together. Y'all have an awesome week, and I will see you next time.